Lee Jae-myung has been elected the next president of South Korea, marking the conclusion of one of the most tumultuous periods in the young democracy. Having ascended from a background of poverty in his youth, Lee has emerged as the foremost liberal figure in the country, pledging to combat both inequality and corruption. Lee is taking office for a full single 5-year term, having succeeded Yoon Suk Yeol, a conservative leader whose abrupt and dramatic declaration of martial law in December led to his downfall. South Korea's new president will face deep divisions in the Trump administration. Lee, who has been a highly divisive figure in politics for years, will look to heal the domestic divide. However, Lee faces significant external hurdles, notably President Donald Trump's tariff policy and the progression of North Korea's nuclear capabilities. Critics have long pointed fingers at Lee, alleging that he has favored China and North Korea, moving away from alliances with the US and Japan. Here's all you need to know. For quite some time, pre-election polls have indicated that Lee was on track for a comfortable victory, buoyed by widespread public discontent towards the conservatives following the fallout from Yoon's martial law crisis. The election marks yet another critical juncture in the nation's robust democracy. However, analysts express concern that an escalating domestic rift could present a significant political challenge for the incoming president. Over the last 6 months, massive gatherings have emerged, with people either rallying in support of or against Yoon. Meanwhile, the leadership void created by Yoon's impeachment and subsequent removal has disrupted the country's high-level diplomatic engagements and financial markets. Lee has pledged to mend the national divide, yet his commitment to rigorously pursue accountability for those involved in Yoon's martial law actions has raised alarms that he may exploit investigations as a means of political retribution against his adversaries. Now let's take a look at the external challenges. Lee expressed his intention to strengthen relations with North Korea. However, he recognized that organizing a summit with Kim Jong-un in the near future would be very difficult. This suggests that Lee is unlikely to take significant actions aimed at enhancing ties with North Korea. Experts contend that South Korea has limited options to influence North Korea's denuclearization. Moreover, Lee appears to lack the strong Korean nationalistic fervor exhibited by former Liberal President Moon Jae-in, who held 3 meetings with Kim Jong-un throughout his presidency from 2017 to 2022. Hope lingers for the resumption of diplomacy between the United States and North Korea, as Trump has consistently voiced his desire to connect with Kim Jong-un. Lee has indicated that he would back Trump's efforts to engage. Lee's administration may still find itself at odds with the Trump administration. He has advocated for a measured approach regarding Trump's tariff strategy, insisting that rushing into negotiations for an early deal with Washington would be unwise. In terms of foreign relations, Lee has committed to adopting a pragmatic diplomatic stance. He has pledged to strengthen the alliance with the United States and reinforce a trilateral partnership among Seoul, Washington, and Tokyo, a position that largely aligns with the views of South Korea's conservative factions. With a background as the governor of Gyeonggi Province and the mayor of Seongnam City, Lee has long been a polarizing figure in the political landscape. Rising from humble beginnings as a former child laborer, Lee gained prominence by sharply criticizing the conservative establishment and advocating for a more assertive foreign policy for South Korea. This rhetoric has crafted his image as a potential agent of significant reforms, capable of addressing the nation's entrenched economic disparities and corruption. However, his detractors label him a peril,